All right, I hit record, so we are ready to go. Good evening, guys. I'm Brittany McMillan. I am the proud founder of Team Our Victory, and tonight is our weekly Wednesday night webinar. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Tonight, I want to start because it's the beginning of September, so August just finished and we had an awesome month with Team Our Victory. So I wanted to start tonight by shouting out all of the people that got on the board for Success Club. Now, in TOV, we didn't actually hit SC5 or SC10, and I could care less because I'm so proud to see so many names making an impact, whether big or small. It doesn't matter the size of it. What matters is that your heart is out there and you're connecting and you're sharing. So I just want to give a big congratulations to Dennis Schooley for getting 3 SC points. Becca Vogt, Kelsey Hollinger, and Nicole Reviso all got 2 Success Club points. And Camila Alkvist, you got 1 Success Club point. Guys, you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Get out there and share your story. If you didn't get on the leaderboard or get on the board for Success Club this month, that's okay. We've got all of September now to keep pushing and keep working, connecting with people, and forming those relationships, because that's going to be the secret sauce that gets you there, is forming those relationships. Let's talk some September announcements since it's our first night back together in a new month. So this month we've got on sale PIO, which I love PIO. If you haven't done PIO, you got to do it. You got to get out there. You got to try PIO. It's awesome. It is. It doesn't seem like it's the kind of workout that's going to get you ripped and it's going to no, it really does. It transformed my body this summer. It was a kickstart to a great summer. So highly recommend you trying it if you haven't, but get out there, try PIO for yourself. If you have it, pull that off the shelf, get the dust off of it, and start sharing about PIO. This month, PIO Challenge Pack is on sale for $140, so that's pretty much like buying Shakeology and getting a free program. Almost exactly. Normally it's $160, so that's the promo this month. And then you can also do the Kickstart, which includes the 3-day refresh, $180. Normally it's $205. Beachbody has an incentive for Success Club this month. Last month was Team Cup. Congratulations to everybody on Team Our Victory that teamed up with me, working hard towards Team Cup. I'm so proud of you guys. It was an awesome month working alongside of you. This month, no more Team Cup. We're all kind of just all on our own now. But what is the incentive for hitting Success Club 5 or 10? Beachbody is going to give you P90X, P90X2 base kits, both of those, the P90X base kit and the P90X2 base kit. And then on top of that, they're throwing in the P90X Plus series. It is a value that is about $300. So imagine you help 3 people. That's 6 SC points. 2 challenge packs and a Shakeology Home Direct gets you your SC5. But let's just say 3 people buy challenge packs from you. You helped 3 people transform their lives. You earned money from those 3 people. And then on top of it, you are getting about $300 worth of free programming that you can use however you want. If you don't want P90X or P90X2, if that's not your kind of thing, you could save it and use it as later you could give it away as a reward for winning something in your challenge group, or an incentive for something to join a challenge group. Then you'll throw in P90X, So, even if you're saying to yourself right now, I could care less about getting P90X, think about what you could do with it in your business, because you're basically getting 3 full programs that now you can utilize however you want, whether it's for yourself, working out, with the new program. It always energizes me to start a new program. So maybe you just need a new program in your life. Hit SC5, help 3 people. The programs are yours. The other incentive for Success Club this month is from me. And this month it is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And The Slight Edge is a really, really great book. It's very similar in vibe and tone to The Compound Effect, which if you've read The Compound Effect before, then you know that it's all about, little things done repeatedly over and over and over again in time amount to something pretty stinking huge. So the Slight Edge is also on that same kind of topic. It's about those ugly, mundane tasks that seemingly appear to be meaningless in your life, right? But over time have such a compounded effect, such a huge impact. It's just like when you work out and you drink your shake, and yeah, you feel good today, but when you look in the mirror, you still look the same as how you feel like you looked yesterday. But over time, when you start to see like a comparison of where you were before and now where you are, you see that, wow, compounded over time, those workouts, those shakes, eating right really worked for me. It didn't seem like it was working, but over time, I can see the progress, right? So it's very similar in this business, okay? So SC5, SC10, doesn't matter what you hit. You got to hit Success Club this month, though, in order to get P90X, P90X2, and that Plus series, as well as the Slight Edge from moi. Okay, let's dive into tonight. It's back to school. I mean, we're getting back into this routine. I know for a lot of people, you know, you've got kids going back to school, or you yourself are a teacher and you're going back to school, or just in general, this time of year, it's like hectic, right? And, but it's also a really great time for people to see where they've fallen off. Because in the summer, it's like, it's so free and just everybody's relaxed and the mood is different in the summertime. It truly is. And so people just kind of get a little lax with their fitness, their health. And so this time of year is a great time for people to get like back into a routine. They dive into it head first, even though they're busy, because routine is something that people like to seek out. Okay, so September is all back to school. So when I was brainstorming for tonight, I was trying to think like, what should I wrap my, you know, like head around creatively as I'm talking on this topic? And it just hit me that while everybody else is going back to school and getting back into a fitness routine and all this stuff, and we're advertising, you know, falling back into fitness and things like that, we ourselves have to kind of find that routine too. Just like in fitness, when you fall off the wagon, you go back to the basics, right? That's what we teach our clients, that if they fall off the wagon, well, you just got to start right back at the basics, okay? Just like in fitness, you don't always see the progress or the impact, like I just said about, you know, the compound effect and the Slight Edge. We don't always see the progress. We don't always see, you know, that our work is paying off. Just like in fitness, our business is the same. We don't always see our progress, but stopping is not going to help. Stopping a routine will never help. So just like in fitness, if I were to say, you know what, I'm not seeing progress, I'm just going to stop. We all know that that's not the right mentality. You're going to see the reverse effects happen. Over time, you're going to get heavier. You're going to feel unhealthy. You might be crabby more often, headaches, aches and pains, you name it, sleepless nights, okay? But sticking to your health and fitness routine, sticking to your nutrition, even when you don't see the results, has a dramatic payoff. Our business is no different. Our business truly is no different. So when we fall off the wagon or we aren't seeing progress, just like in fitness, we've got to relate it back to fitness, that we just go back to the basics. Stopping your routine, stopping and quitting is never going to actually get you to your goal over here. It's going to take you back the direction you came from. It's never the right answer. Okay, so when do we go back to the basics? You're sitting here watching, you're thinking, okay, Brittany, well, I've been doing the basics. When do I get back to it? I mean, I don't feel like I've fallen off. Okay, here's some scenarios of when we need to get back to the basics. We go back to the basics when we first start as a coach. A brand new coach needs to start at the basics, definitely. We also need to go back to the basics when we stop working consistently. Hey, Kayla.
Hi.
How are you?
Sorry, it's a little crazy around here, so I'm trying to figure out how to get the volume off.
It's okay. In the bottom left corner is the mute. Are you on your computer?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay, I can mute you.
Okay.
Give me a second. All right. I muted you. All right. So we also go back to the basics when we're trying to grow a business. When we want to really lock down and like lock and load and say, I'm serious about this. I want to actually grow a business out of this. We got to get back to the basics. If you want to hit Success Club, if that's something like after I just talked about all the incentives for this month and just all the, excitement surrounding Success Club, if you want to hit Success Club, you got to go back to the basics. And honestly, if you want a steady income, not just about growing a business, but if you want a steady income that you can rely on week after week, going back to the basics is where it's at. In short, everyone has to go back to the basics. This isn't a call for new coaches or coaches that have fallen off the wagon or anything like that. These are things that I do every single day. And sometimes, honestly, I sit around and I'm like, is that really enough? Like, that's what I'm supposed to do? But yes, it is. So let's talk about what these basics are. You probably have noticed that in Team Our Victory, I changed the cover photo. And I changed the cover photo with a little slogan underneath because I've been kind of trying to wrap my head around, like, with our team, how can I be a better leader? And what are some of like the key things that maybe I'm missing in telling you or training you or giving to you guys on a daily basis? And I was trying to think of like when coaches are added to our team, when we bring in new coaches, whether I bring in a coach or you guys bring in a coach, when we bring new people into our family, what do they need to know is like non-negotiable? Like, this is what it means to be a Team Our Victory coach. This is what it means to be here. And I kind of just came up with that wake, sweat, grow, share, and repeat idea because it really is that basic. It really does come down to just those things. We got to wake up, show up, we got to sweat, we've got to grow as human beings, as team members, as coaches, as challengers, whatever we are, we've got to grow in that. We've got to share what we're doing, and then we've just got to repeat it over and over and over again. So those are the 5 things I'm going to kind of break down tonight. So let's start with wake. And this one is like, this is great for me because today I woke up with like the heaviest heart. And I hate when I wake up with like, I already wake up and I feel defeated before I've even like done anything. Have you ever felt that way? I mean, I feel like I battle that quite frequently. But it's so important how you wake up in the morning. How do you set the tone for your day before anything can even happen to you, before life happens to you? How do you set the tone for the day? Successful people, every successful person that I watch from afar, or I listen in on their podcasts, or I study their websites or read their articles. Every successful person has a morning routine. They have something in the morning that is set in place, and it doesn't have to be like an hour-long routine or anything like that, but it's something that they do every single day so that they're in control of the way their day starts. Now, I have to be honest. Since moving to California, I have felt very out of my routine. This is the first time I've never not lived in the Eastern time zone, and that's kind of weirding me out really bad because my thoughts keep going back to like, oh, but it's 4:00 there right now, or it's this clock there right now. And like, I don't know why, like I can't like be in my own time zone. It's so weird. But anyway, routine has been a really hard thing for me these last couple weeks. And, especially I'm sure you can relate if you've ever moved before, there's that packing process before you move. So that throws you out of your routine. Then you actually move. That totally throws you out of your routine. And then you get there and you have to like unpack. And for me, I went from being single life, like living by myself for many years, to now having to merge my stuff and my lifestyle with another human being. And that is a challenge too. So I've been struggling with my personal morning routine. So that's something that I'm, as I was planning this webinar out and doing all this, it's kind of some own advice. Like I have to take my own advice, and I'm going to be honest with you guys about that. But I do know it is so important how you wake in the morning. You have to have a positive mindset, and we'll get more into that later when we talk about the grow category, but positive mindset is so critical in the morning. How are you setting the tone? Are you reading something first thing in the morning or listening to something that's uplifting? I was really excited the other day because we got cable and I decided I'll put the Today Show on and I'll listen to the Today Show. Like that'll be part of my morning routine because I love the Today Show. Well, I haven't watched the Today Show in a long time. And the reason I stopped watching the Today Show, and I must have forgotten this in the move, I guess I left my mind back in Miami, but I forgot that it's the news. And I hate watching the news because it's very depressing and it affects me negatively. And that's not how I want to jumpstart my day. So after those shootings that happened last week? Yeah, after that happened, I was like, no. I can't have the news on in the morning. As devastating as that is, and my heart goes out to those people, I simply just can't start my day with that in my head. And if there's something in the news that I truly need to know about, I'll probably find out about it somewhere along my day via social media, or if it's something like seriously dramatic, I'm sure somebody will text me or call me. So yeah, getting rid of like the news in the morning. Sometimes it's about getting up before those we love so much get up, because sometimes we allow those people to set the tone for us for the day too, based on how their tone is going. For example, if you have children, maybe they got off to a rough start. Maybe they're a little crabby, cranky this morning. Maybe they didn't sleep well the night before, and so they're already kind of crying or complaining, or if there's more than one child, maybe they're picking on each other. Things like that. And so that can be an effect to the way we start our day. But if you get up before them and you combat that, and you already get in some time to set your mind in the right place, then you don't have to, you'll probably react differently to those situations and to those happenings in your life. Are you getting enough sleep too? That's one of the questions. You got to make sure that you're getting enough sleep for your own body. So when I say wake, every day we've got to wake, but it's also about waking up and showing up. So every day when you put your feet on the floor, you've got to be grateful that you're alive, that you've been given the gift of one more day, and that you are present, right? Today I'm going to be present. Today I'm going to show up. And so it's all about waking up and showing up. Every day is a new gift. And so you've got to start having that kind of a mindset every morning when you wake up. Excuse me, sorry. All right, number 2, sweat. So this is like, I mean, you're like, Brittany, this is a no-brainer with Beachbody coaches. But seriously, you've got to sweat. You got to sweat every day. It's part of the vital behavior, being proof of the product, right? And some tricks that, help me to save time later is that I'll video myself during my workout. So I turn the selfie camera on and I video myself doing my workout. My phone is honestly propped against something. Right now it's propped against the TV. Before I'd prop it against, honestly, in my old house, I was propping it against a vase, a flower vase, every time I did my workout. So I just prop it on something and I video myself, and it's good for me because I can see how I'm progressing. I can also check out my own form and see if I'm doing well or not. Do I look like the people in the video? So I'm not injuring myself either. So it's really, I think it's good to video yourself, not just for purposes of like watching yourself later and thinking you're so cool, but it's also good to video yourself so that you can not injure yourself. Taking post-workout selfies, make sure that you do that. Like, your camera is your best friend when you're sweating, your phone and your camera. But just keep in mind, sweating doesn't mean you have to do a Beachbody program. Sweating can mean that you went outside and you got some extra fitness in with your family, or that you went for a run, or maybe you hit up a cycling group fitness class somewhere and it was really fun, or a yoga class that you went to with some friends, whatever that means for you. But your following should know that you're a Beachbody coach, and they should relate Beachbody products to you. So and I say this because I've been down that road where, like, when I'm marathon training, it's like I can't do Beachbody programs plus marathon training, and it's a hard balance. So it's important that your following also sees you doing the programs. Transformation stories. I know a lot of times people say that they're not there yet. They're not at their goal. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you're never going to be there. I am probably the closest to there that there ever was for me, like there, whatever there is. And I'm probably the closest right now that I've ever been in my life, but I'm not there yet. I still look in the mirror and say, gotta work on that, or I'm not strong enough to do that move still, right? So, or I could have ate better last night. I still am not there yet. Am I better than I was a year ago? Oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. So it's transforming, and it's ongoing. It's so ongoing. It's unbelievable. So you've got to be transforming your body through fitness and nutrition. So that sweat component is so important. And then the Shakeology and healthy eating just go right alongside of sweating. Yeah, I just kind of loop that right into that. So we wake, get our mind right. At some point in our day, we're going to sweat. Next part of our day, we've got to grow. If you want a successful day as a Beachbody coach, you've got to grow. This is something that before Beachbody programs transformed my body, before I truly was like hooked on Shakeology, before I believed in this whole coaching stuff and like really believed that I had what it took to lead a team, before any of that, it was personal development. I joined as a coach as kind of like a cry for help that I wasn't happy in my life. I simply wasn't happy in my life at the time. And I wanted a way out, but I wanted the power to get out of my problems. I wanted the power because guess what? I put myself in my problems. I put myself in every situation I was in, and I was determined that I would get myself out of those situations. But like I said in the whole mindset thing about waking up with the positive mindset and the gratitude and just getting your mind focused, it starts with personal development. If you are not doing personal development, you are doing yourself a disservice as a human being. And I think, because I thought this, that if you read books that are like bettering yourself, that must mean you have a problem. Well, newsflash, everybody's got problems. So I was kind of delusional. I was delusional that like, if I'm reading this book, people will think that I've got issues. But you know what? I do have issues. I've got things I got to work on. We all do. And personal development has helped me in a wide range. Like I can't even tell you how wide of a range of character and just self-improvement. Like I can't even describe it. One of the first things I did when I really dove into personal development, it was around Christmas of 2013. And I was at my mom's and I was super lonely and I was like so down on myself and I was feeling bad about myself. And I got on my Kindle and I got every free book there was like that I could find on loneliness and how to make friends and stuff like that. And I read it. Like, I don't know how many books I read on that Christmas vacation with my mom at my mom's house in Michigan. I don't know how many I read, but guess what? That's what, like, right there in that moment, I will never forget that reading all those books, I was like, oh, or yeah, I feel like that. Oh, that's what I could do to get out of that mess. Or, oh, I'm not the only one that feels like that. Oh, that's what you did to move forward. And I started learning better strategies for coping with things that were kind of ugly in my life. And so personal development was where it was at for me. It allowed me confidence to make some difficult decisions in my life. I had already made a lot of difficult decisions, but when I talk about difficult decisions, I mean like I was still, even though I knew I was on the right pathway, sometimes you are going on the right pathway, but there's some things in your life that have to change that you haven't changed yet that aren't as easy to change as maybe some other things were. And so I was in that point of my life where there were a lot of friends that I had been friends with for a long time that were not healthy for me. And I had to get rid of them as like easily as possible. And personal development was what gave me courage to like say, you know what, I'm worth it. I'm worth this. I'm worth more. And so it gave me courage. It helps me. Personal development helps me. Like I said, today I woke up and my heart was a little heavy and this and that. What do you think I've been doing all day? Personal development. I had my headphones in. I went for a really long walk, listened to uplifting stuff. I sat with my Bible this morning and read some good scripture that really helped me. I went and read some articles online that were really helping me. And I just flood my mind with personal development. On days when I feel the weight of the world, that's how I combat it. I grow. What are some other ways to grow though? aside from just personal development and podcasts, books, audiobooks, those are all great forms of personal development. Team page check-ins. You're growing as a coach if you check into your team page and you comment and you interact, whether that's Team Our Victory, Team 180, if you're in a push group or a Coach Basics group or a challenge group that you're in, checking into those groups, showing up to those groups, that is a way to grow. Every time you show up, every time you do that, you are putting yourself out there as a presence in this business and you're growing. Joining a Coach Basics or a Push to Emerald, Push to Diamond group, those are great ways to grow as a coach also. And just getting out of your comfort zone. So like I said earlier, you're videoing yourself and maybe posting it, sweaty selfies, all that good stuff. Getting out of your comfort zone. It's hard to get out of your comfort zone when you are not strong on the inside. And this journey is not about building an outward appearance. It's funny because that's like a side effect of this business. You do your health and you do your fitness and you do your personal development. You become a better person by forming relationships with people rather than just selling products. And through that, through all of those things that are really internal, you end up shining on the outside. It's funny how that works. But in order to get out of your comfort zone, you've got to grow. You've got to grow yourself because otherwise you'll get stuck. You'll get stuck there every time and find excuses and find reasons why you can't do it or you're not as good as somebody. And those truly just have to stop because they're blocking you from being the best version of you that there is. Okay, number 4. So we woke up and showed up. We sweat. We grew. And now we've got to share. It's so important that we share. All of this stuff is nice. The sweating, the waking up with a great mindset, growing, reading books. It's all great. It's all nice. But it's not going to get you anywhere in this business unless you share it. You have to share it. You have to share it consistently, which means 3 to 5 posts per day. Now, not every day is going to call for 3 to 5 posts. Like on Sundays, for example, I don't post a million times because people are like trying to enjoy their family. I'm trying to enjoy my day. I'm trying to get off social media a little bit because sometimes it can be like, too much. So 3 to 5 posts per day, but that can fluctuate, right? That can fluctuate depending on your day. You want to be purposeful. Excuse me. You want to be purposeful with what you're sharing. So obviously, we want to post a sweaty selfie and we want to post a video of our workout, but we want to have a purpose behind it. So not just posting just to post. So I say 3 to 5 times per day, but sometimes if I catch myself like, I don't really have I'm just posting this, aren't I? I'm just posting to post. Then I kind of wait and I hold off and I wait for something to maybe inspire me to help inspire somebody else. Also, side note, going back to the growing, if ever I don't know what to talk about or post about, when I read my personal development and I listen to my podcast, I always am already like sparked with a million things like, yes, I've got to tell somebody that. Yes, I need to say that. And so that's another reason why growing is so, so important because it gives you like content for a million years that you could use on your page when you're trying to post. Using quotes to go along with your pictures. There's an app called, it's my new favorite one, Photofy. Photo, Photo, and then Fy, Photofy. They have great like sayings, fitness sayings, quotes, inspirational quotes, whatever. They've got a million different, I love it. I love it because a lot of times when I'm like, I don't know what quote to use right now or what to put on this picture, I'll just go there and I'll start scrolling through some of the quotes. I'm like, oh, that one's perfect. That goes great with something I've been thinking about today. And then I have some content to go along with it. So be purposeful with what you're doing because you know what? You never know who is watching and who's inspired by you. You truly never know. Okay? Think about it. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again because it's like so mind-blowing to me. But if you think about the ripple effect that all this has, okay? Like imagine if Emily decided not to post her video because she just didn't feel like showing up that day. And she didn't post her video about the coaching opportunity. And so I never saw it. Imagine if that happened. So then I never would have started posting all my stuff, and you never would have seen it. So continue to think, I mean, you've got to really understand this ripple effect. You are so crucial and important in this ripple effect of how we are transforming people's mindsets and inspiring people, motivating them, and filling their news feeds with something that is positive rather than negative, which is incredible to think about. But imagine then if you just decide not to show up, who is not going to find you? You never know. It's like an iceberg, right? We see the tip of the iceberg and we only see a little part of it, but underneath there's just so much more. It's kind of like a carrot too, or something, like anything that's underground, right? So a carrot, we just see this stubby little like green part at the top, but underneath is this amazing vegetable, right? That's been growing under there this whole time that nobody could see. They just saw this ugly, stupid green part. And meanwhile, there's like something else, like a huge flower that's gorgeous, but its roots are really tiny underneath. So you have to think about it, that like maybe your situation isn't glorious. Maybe it's not this like amazing giant sunflower, but what you have growing underneath it is a lot more incredible than maybe somebody else's image of image. And I say it in quotations because it's very easy to show somebody or make it appear that you're really successful or really happy. But that doesn't necessarily mean there's any meat underneath it, right? So you've got to punch fear in the face. You've got to just punch that fear in the face, and you've got to share with people consistently every day. It's a journey. And like I said, of course you're not there yet. Of course you're not there yet. Nobody's there. Like if you were there, then we should be having your funeral soon because your journey is over. You know what I mean? And that was a little morbid, and I'm so sorry. But it's true. Like we're not there. We still got life to live. We're not done yet. Our story isn't over. So but people are going to trust you if you share your journey throughout. If you just show them a before, and then, a year later you come back and you show them what you did, they're going to be happy for you. Of course they're going to be happy for you, but they're not going to trust you because they don't know what it took to get you there. But imagine if every day you just show up and you show them what it's taking to get you there, and they watch you every single day. Man, that's powerful. You'll never know who you're inspiring. In sharing, you've got to network. So this is network marketing. So you've got to network a little. And what does that mean? Because for me, it's been hard to wrap my head around, like, how do I network? I'm not a business person. Well, in network marketing and on Facebook, here's how we network. Add 3 new friends every day. Every day, friend request 3 new people. Now, will they all 3 accept every day? Not necessarily. That's okay. But friend request 3 new people each day. And then once those people accept your friend request, you can then start liking their pictures, maybe commenting on some of their stuff. And then slowly, maybe a week later, after you've liked some of their content and just kind of followed them for a little bit, then maybe you can message them and start forming like, hey, I saw you had a soccer game with your daughter last night. That looked so fun. How long has she been playing soccer? I mean, that's not creepy. And you're forming a relationship. The relationship, and I'm going to tell you this right now, the relationship can stop right there. That person is exactly where you want them for some other time when they need you. Just know that when you message somebody, they might not need you today. And I'm going to tell you a little story. I had somebody message me yesterday. A friend requested her in July. We talked in July. I did this, exactly what I'm telling you. My friend requested her, liked some stuff, told her to go run to your happy place, asked her if she'd please do that for me, formed a little relationship via Messenger, and then that's it, nothing. It is now September, and so 2 months have passed, haven't spoken to the girl, nothing. She messaged me privately and said, okay, I'm not confident in my body, I am this and this and this, please help me. So you never know. And I have so many stories like that of times where, somebody, I friend requested, and then we talked for a little bit about nothing fitness or Beachbody related, comes back months later, and here we are, and they want to join a group. You've got to plant seeds every single day. So even if you friend request 3 people today, I'm going to break it to you the hard way. When you friend request those 3 people today, none of them are going to join your challenge group. Like, they're not. And I don't want them to. Don't friend request people with the intent that that person is going to be in your next challenge group. Friend request that person today with the intent that months from now, they're going to need you because they're going to follow your journey because you're sharing it every single day. So sharing, so important, because when you network with those people and you add those new people into your network, if you're not sharing, those people aren't going to know what you're about, right? So you got to share it. And then the last part is repeat. So we woke up and showed up. We got our sweat on. We grew as human beings. We're sharing our stuff. And now this is the secret sauce. Repeat. Consistency, guys. Consistency is key. It is so crucial in this business. Are you going to become a millionaire tonight? If you do, you better give me some of that money, first of all. But second of all, no, you're not. I wish. No. Or is everybody on Facebook, like the second you post about your challenge group, is every single person on Facebook going to privately message you and be like, I want to be in your group. Sign me up. I already bought it through you. I figured it out without you telling me. You already have SC10. No, it's not going to go down like that. It's really not. If it does, though, seriously, let me know your secret, because it doesn't happen like that for me. But what does happen is I repeat my actions daily. I wake up and I show up, I sweat, and I document it, and I eat healthy, and I document it. I grow as a human being. I get my personal development out. I'm connected to my team pages. I'm on my weekly webinars, Team 180 and Team Our Victory. I never miss. And I plug into Coach Basics, any sort of training groups that I need to be a part of. I do that. I study coaches. I study network marketing. And then I share everything that I'm doing. I share about my team, and I share about my challenge groups, and I share about my workouts that I'm doing. I share about the food I'm eating. I'm sharing about my bad days, and I'm sharing about my good days, so that it's not a surprise, so that I look like a human being, because I am a human being. And I repeat. And you know what? If I wake up tomorrow and nobody liked my picture, that doesn't mean that I quit. I'm going to wake up and show up. I'm going to sweat. I'm going to grow. I'm going to share. And then I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to repeat. And I'm just going to keep doing it over and over and over again, because I'm building that carrot under the ground, or that iceberg under the water. That is what I'm growing. I'm growing something that people can't see. And what's difficult is sometimes you and I can't see it either, but it's there. It truly is there. When you hear no, or you feel like it isn't working, you just got to repeat. You've got to wake up and set the tone. You've got to sweat and be an inspiration for people. You've got to grow and build yourself up. You've got to share. You've got to shout it from the mountains and share. And then you just have to repeat. And you just keep doing that over and over and over again. Here's the thing. Tonight I talked about back to the basics, but the reality is this new slogan for Team Our Victory: wake, sweat, grow, share, repeat. I just want it to be such ingrained mental focus for us that that's just what we do in our day. Whether or not we sell a challenge pack, whether or not somebody signs up for our next challenge group, whether or not we get a new coach underneath us, that doesn't matter, because we're laser focused on those 5 things: waking up, sweating, growing, sharing, and just repeating it over and over and over again. And I promise you, if you just keep doing that, you are compounding something into something you can't even believe. It's going to snowball bigger than you could ever imagine. That's what the top coaches do. That's what basic coaches who are just starting out do. It doesn't matter who you are in this business. If you want to grow a business, you want to grow a following, those are the keys to success. So that is all that I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any questions for me, definitely post those in Team Our Victory. And I will see you guys next Wednesday.